Oh, hi, Rainboom.
Hello,
Hello.
Rainboom.
Also, Rainboom, when I get the chance, I have duck pictures to show you that I got during my trip.
Oh,
Ooh,
all
nice.
right. Welcome, everyone. It's night now. Not. It's almost close to 9 o'clock. And hello. So, welcome, everyone. And it already has been like months, few weeks ago. For a while, that since Haunting Neon Summon happened, but we finally got this to work. We got the podcast to work. So, Kevin, how are you doing today?
Doing good.
And Liz, what about you right now that you're here? I know you're like right now you're really muted.
I'm alive. That's what matters.
Yeah, that's really good to know. Just good to know. Just give me 1 second. I'm barely ready, but we trying to get used to how things work here. So so how was your week? So how was your week, everyone? And so far, and especially how many? It's been like many weeks since Neon Summit happened, and it's time goes by fast, don't you think?
I want to relive it.
Yep.
I miss it so much. I just don't miss the nosebleeds.
The nosebleeds. Oh wow, the nosebleeds seems really. It's mainly because it was too hot outside, but this whole time we've been in prison. Feels like it's prison when we go to the inside of the Grand Sierra Resort. And it's like 3 days of prison. So yeah, or right now what we're gonna be going through right now is basically like run down what we have been doing at the day zero and the day before the con happened and what actually happened, best highlights. So so what we're gonna start off is also Polly B is also here and also Ava is here too. Hey Ava.
Hi, Ava.
Hey, Ava.
Hi,
Hi.
Kevin.
Hi Kevin.
Hi, Kevin.
Yeah. Yeah, we also have a special guest, Polly B, here, but I'm not really sure if he's gonna be here right now, but we'll be seeing him in the comments because right now he cannot speak. Also, Krysalyne-Hime, I really hope you're gonna be here too. She's here. I wish she was here at the con with us, but still with us in spirit. And also, Blue Bolt is also going to be here. And also, yeah, Blue Bolt has arrived.
Speaking of whom,
Yes.
Hey, Blue Bolt.
Let's give a little shout out to Blue Bolt for helping me out with some tech issues right here.
Yay.
Thank you.
Yay.
Thank you.
Oh, yeah. So, but yeah. So we're gonna start off with the starting of my story about how my day already started. So basically, the Texas was so bad. Texas was not in having a good weather back then so I barely had any sleep throughout the whole night. I only had 2 hours of sleep before my flight because then we were and then we were just doing some preparation for I was doing preparation for making sure I have everything with me to make sure that Frontier allows me in, because the only thing thankfully I did not phase was the size measurements of the bags and personal item bag. And thankfully they all fit and I didn't get charged $100.
thank goodness for that.
Oh, right, yeah, because I've been researching a lot about the reputation of Frontier, and it's actually not as worse as Spirit, because Spirit is actually the cheapest, and people were saying a lot of bad stuff. There were a lot of bad stuff about Spirit.
You were telling me earlier about how Spirit was like even though it's cheap, but the experience is not great from what you're telling me.
It was not. I mean, I will be very real because during the time when I was at Spirit Airlines, and I was at TrotCon, and also, hey, Krysalyne,
Hi, how's it
Hey, Krysalyne.
Hi, Crystal.
Hello.
we missed you so much
Yeah,
because we
we
never
do.
got to
I
meet. We never got to
know.
see you at the con, but we at least took care
Aw,
of
it's
your OC.
okay. Yeah, I much appreciated, guys. I do appreciate that so much. I missed y'all all too. I'm so happy that y'all had a good time at the con, though.
So, how is your day going, and how have you been? It's been so many. It's been so long.
It really has been. Well, I'm doing a little better day by day, overall with everything that I've been telling y'all. For those who don't know, the reason why I ended up unfortunately missing the con was due to like personal medical reasons, but I can always elaborate more on that further if you're inquiring, but I'm okay. Just mostly working and taking care of life and slowly just seeing how the days go by and by and doing what I can to make a living.
Well, I'm glad you're actually. I'm pretty sure you're doing great right now, but at least you at least made it over here too. Well, you still.
Yes.
Yes, technically you still are at the convention, even though you're not with us, but you're in with us in spirit. But don't worry, I made a shout out for you.
Oh, that's very sweet of you. That's very kind. I do appreciate that very much, Goken.
Anytime. So back to what I was actually saying. So I was talking about Spirit Airlines. My only experience of going to Spirit Airlines was I was at TrotCon going to and just to go. I think I was like flying to Tennessee and then me and me and the crew were going all the way to Ohio. But anyways, let's just get out of the topic right now as it sticks in Neil. But yeah, Frontier wasn't a somewhat a good experience. But however, the flight from DFW to Las Vegas, there were no delays. So when I was at Las Vegas, I ended up coincidentally with Polly B, who happened to be at the same flight as me. So it was a coincidence. So all we did was just hang out. We both brought our Knuckles plushie and making up a lot of jokes, talking about what our plans are going to be for the con. Until then, we had to deal with a long ass flight from morning to afternoon. And I was almost sleeping over there, but then both of us were a bit salty because of that. Because Frontier is well known for delays. A lot of delays. And so thankfully, we then went to we at least had our time to have our lunch at the Las Vegas Chop House. Like, Paulie had a beer. He had with some wings. I then had a cheeseburger. Basically a burger that is really, really, really good. I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, that's basically our pre-con adventure, half of it. So Kevin, tell us about your story.
So I know on the flight from Austin to Reno, I flew with some of the people that were also going to Sonic Neon Summit. I know one of them was a cosplay guest, and I can't remember who off the top of my head.
So who was it? Who do you not remember? Yeah, I was lost.
Yeah. So I flew with some of the attendees that were going to Sonic Neon Summit, and I know one of them was a cosplay guest, but I cannot remember who off the top of my head.
How does it look? How does it look like?
Oh, the flight itself?
Yeah, it's a
Oh,
cosplay guest, you saying?
oh gosh, I don't remember right now off the top of my head, sadly.
Oh, that's fair enough. But yeah, but I see that you were really late too. Like you came only late. You were really late. Like you came in the evening. Well, me and Polly were really late in the afternoon.
Yeah, cause I had to change planes in Austin, and it it was basically it left Austin at 6:30 local time and didn't get to Reno until like 8:30.
Yeah. All right. And yeah, Ava, how was your experience when you're flying to Reno?
I didn't have any issues. Just an easy flight on, easy flight off.
That was really simple, at least, because the airlines was actually. I think your airline experience is not as bad as Frontier.
Yeah. And then this one person named Kevin showed up and we got burgers.
Oh, nice burgers.
Yeah, on the way back, we met up at DFW and we went to Whataburger there together. That was fun.
Whataburger is the biggest tradition for Texas. Because because if you ever visit Texas, go to Whataburger and Buc-ee's. All right, Liz. So how was your experience at the pre-con right before our mixer at the round 1?
Like flying or just in general?
Basically the whole thing, the pre-con in general.
Pre-con was all right. I felt a little lonely because my friend Krysalyne wasn't there, but the flight there was it's okay. The flight there was a little delayed. Like Kevin said, I also had a couple of people from Austin fly with me to Neon Summit, which was pretty cool. I checked into my hotel room as it was pretty much calm. For the most part, I literally was just working on my cosplays right before the convention.
I see, because you were doing some cosplay plans before that day, but I know that I would actually wish that Krysalyne and BlueBolt and Rainboom would talk about their experience, but unfortunately you were not at the con, but you're all here still, just to hang out with us.
As
Yeah.
always.
Will forever be Spirit.
Always.
Yeah. You were supposed to be here with us, Rainbow, because you were supposed to be at a panel that is hosted by Wade City.
Well, I was, but still, I wasn't Spirit. Remember?
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, I couldn't get to go to that panel that Wade hosted because I had to do work at the con. Yeah. So now continuing on with the story of which will be revealed in my upcoming vlogs, which is already, the day 0 is already done. But I'll just say, me and Polly arrived to Reno. I had a flight attendant who gave a finger give a peace finger right behind me when I was vlogging, when I was in the middle of vlogging. It was like, it seems like she's actually getting a really good spotlight. So you know what? It's already featured on video. But then, so then what the next thing? What I did now is I had dropped Polly with Victor because Polly was rooming with Victor and Ava and Orion. Oh yeah, please don't get me started, because when I ended up butchering up Orion's name and Victor was pissed at me for this. Anyways, so then I got picked up by No Bride Media, who is one of the photographers for Neon Summit. He dropped me to the Grand Sierra Resort, showing me where's the registration, and then I ended up seeing Pete Capella hanging out with Blizzard. And
nice.
Thankfully, I'm surprised he recognized me.
Ooh.
Oh, awesome.
Oh yeah, he gave me.
That's quite an honor.
Oh yeah, believe me, Pete Capella's a sweetheart. He's everywhere, no matter where you go around the convention. He just walks around.
He is a sweetheart.
Oh yeah, and I ended up seeing Blizzard Wolf as well, and then but during that time I had to wait until we got our room reserved. So what I did is I just told No Brad, can you take us to round 1, because I know I'm too late for the mixer that Liz is already hosting. So then, what we did is like we had me and No Brime and one of the roomies went to the drive to round one, so we just chill out over there, had dinner. So that
Speaking
was,
of round one,
yeah.
sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
You can
Speaking
go
of round one, you were a huge help at that event. So I'm gonna give you your roses.
Oh,
You're
thank
freaking
you.
amazing, dude. Honestly, I wouldn't have done it without you. It was you made it so much more smoother for me. So I thank you so much for helping me.
Oh, I try my best to help out, but thankfully, and there was no karaoke stuff that we can use other than my laptop. Thankfully, I brought my own laptop that my youngest brother keeps using a lot, but she's using right now to play games. But we needed that. I needed that in order for us to move forward into the karaoke. At least we got some songs to play with our play a lot. Yeah. So Kevin, how was your experience when you just arrived to Reno?
It it was like already nighttime. I'm gonna be honest, it was like really comfortable outside. I'm like, okay, I can get used to this weather. I don't want to go back to Georgia now.
And just an FYI, everybody, you all can go ahead and pretend this is not a podcast. We all can play around and joke around right here too. You know, that's the whole point of the night. Yeah. But yeah, I'll just say, like, and then Kevin arrived to the round one, and we were all just singing. So, what happened is, I remember when Polly was talking about Prince Ali, and I was making a joke about Sonic because Prince Ali became the best Sonic character.
I thought it was great. Like immediately, when I entered the room, it was like, "Hi, Kevin!" Like ran over and just like hoisted me up.
Everyone is saying that to you. Hi, Kevin.
It was a fun time at the mixer too, just like talking to everybody and whatnot.
Oh yeah, so because the mixer was actually a great start where the mixer was actually a great start before the con because we get to know about everybody. Got to know about everybody, especially the attendees. I forgot about everybody's names, but at least filled with a few people who did do karaoke. And the last thing we did was that we sang "Live and Learn" to end the mixer.
Oh yeah, and you can never you can never oh gosh, what's the word? You always gotta end with live and learn.
I'm not gonna lie though, because before the mixer ended, I was lying down on the couch because I was so freaking tired after that long damn trip. I couldn't even clean myself. I couldn't even wash my face because we didn't have our room yet. So until then, finally, when we're back to the GSR, finally we need a room and everything.
Oh yeah. And I gotta give a big thanks to the people that let us be a part of that room for Thursday night, so we didn't have to change hotels.
Oh yeah, but this is actually the very first time myself had to experience Nevada for the first time, and I wish I could go inside the Las Vegas, but we were stuck in the airport. But yeah, go on.
What did you think of Nevada overall?
What do I think about it overall?
Yeah.
Oh, I'll be saying this. Thankfully, I didn't spend too much on gambling.
I don't blame you one bit.
Because here's the thing is, it was a good idea that I did not gamble at all because I wanted to spend most of the time just sticking with the convention, experiencing really good stuff, not only at con but also a lot of IRL stuff around the GSR. It's just, it feels like you're at a mall. Seriously.
You're not missing much when it comes to gambling. Trust me.
Yeah. I just really hope it happens next year, but according to Blizzard, there's no promises. But hopefully, I'm pretty sure, I'm confident that it will happen again next year. Well, and all right, now on with day 1. The morning is all started. We all had a staff meeting together, and are planning about what needs to be done and basically just have fun and everything, introducing the leads and so on, and pretty much all that. We just have our breakfast, hung out with Chunky Ranch, and also what's the other name? Way Past Ordinary. That's what she calls herself. That was hanging out with them after, like, before we start the convention and before the opening ceremonies. All right, and Liz, how was your experience in the day 1 morning?
Day 1 morning. Shoot. I basically okay, I just remembered what I did. I got up. I was really craving a mimosa. So I got my friend Spaz to come down with me to eat some breakfast, some breakfast at the Grand Buffet. No, it's not the Grand Buffet. Uh it's like the Grand something. I don't remember anymore. But I got myself a nice little, glass of champagne. I drank that. I got ready,
You
and
drink
then I went
champagne in
straight
the
to me.
morning?
Yeah, why not?
That's not like who would
Well,
It's
that's
even
a way
five
to start
o'clock
your morning.
somewhere.
like. My preference
Man.
is at the nighttime, or unless we drank that Fat Tuesday as a post con.
Well, to be fair, it was just a mimosa, and a mimosa is a morning drink technically. So, I mean, it was just one. I didn't drink like a lot. It was just like one glass, and I was fine.
Hey,
So,
one glass is enough. The
yeah.
only thing I had was coffee and a donut along with Kevin. Well, anyways, so I would honestly say the opening ceremony, which was a great feedback, it wasn't that big. It's just basically, very simple, straightforward, and it was like 11 minutes so far. But yeah, great start. Because the con technically already started right before the opening happened. But just want to give a shout out to Blizzard Wolf and also Jimmy for making this big possible. Right?
Woo-hoo.
Oh yeah. But so I got a question for. I'm really curious about everybody. What was the most shocking moment you've all ever had in the con?
But what's the most shocking?
Yeah.
Honestly, did somebody speak first? I'm sorry.
Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to cut in.
I was gonna say, seeing, wow, seeing the singer of Dreams of an Absolution. Wow, my thoughts are, my thoughts are running. Wait, I'm sorry. Yeah, seeing him perform in the U.S. for the first time, that was certainly the treat.
Oh yeah, Dreams of Absolution was I was expecting that song would be played. Of course. It's probably the end, but we're gonna go through the concert later on. So so Liz, how was your panel relating to anime music videos?
The AMV panel was amazing. I had a good turnout. A lot of people gave me compliments on it. I'm going to, well, me and Lux technically worked on it, so we were planning to add more panels for the future. But a lot of people gave me good feedback. A lot of people loved it. It genuinely was kind of like what's that word? It kind of felt like an epiphany in a way when I had that. I had like an epiphany while I had that panel, and it kind of felt like it's crazy how like I was watching these things when I was a kid, like going into a teenager, and now I'm like here in front of like a dozen adults who grew up a very similar way that I did, and showing them what I used to watch, and everybody just cheering and clapping. It was honestly very surreal.
Oh, real? Oh, yeah. Like I didn't. I feel bad that I didn't get to go because I was just like mostly hanging around with the guests handling. Oh, yeah. I also want to talk about that, by the way, because I had a great time hanging out with some guests too. Specifically, Maria Angeline,
He
who
was so nice.
she was so nice. Like I had a really great time hanging out with her too because so so this is basically my very first time hanging out as a doing guest handling. So I kind of like do a generic professional manner saying that she wants to go to the restroom. So I had to escort her to the restroom and wait for her. So yeah, and then I escort her back into her booth. So something pretty simple, I just want to make sure you treat the guests of honor and make sure they have a really great environment. And that's what I did. I also hung out with one of her guest handler too. He's such a nice guy too.
I would say it's like all the guests in Reno, they were just so nice in general.
Yeah. I'm also really surprised as well that one of the co-con chairs of Everfree Northwest, Button, she actually did she worked along with Scott Dreyer. And I didn't even know that time. He was also a Sonic fan too.
Yeah, me either. Yeah, I met her a few times as well.
Oh yeah, I could tell because you did work for Everfree Northwest 2021 before I knew you.
Yeah.
And that was before I joined the Sonic fandom since Chaos Creators.
I believe Ava was gonna say something too. Go ahead, Ava.
Oh, I wasn't saying anything.
Oh yeah, go on.
Okay.
You can speak. Yeah, we haven't heard anything from you yet, but we have. Oh yeah, Ava, tell us about you. What you did today? Not today. Day one, actually.
Yeah, I went to work today. Did some grocery shopping.
I was about to say the con started today. Since when?
Oh great! Like Song Neon Summit's still happening.
It's like, oh, we're getting an encore, man. I know you got my plane tickets ready. It's like
virtual plane tickets, that is.
I just need to learn how to do teleportation. That's no big deal.
Anyways, yeah, Ava, tell us about your day one.
I had fun seeing a certain meme king and managed to get this really cute Sally plushie for a friend of mine that Thimble Thread was selling.
Sally. Hey, Sally, best girl.
Yeah. And there's a lot of panels on the first day. I thought they could have spread the panels out a little bit better because I feel like there's a lot to do today and then there weren't many panels for the rest of the week. But I had a lot of fun.
Oh, it was good fun. Oh yeah, because don't get me started when Victor keeps giving death stares a lot every time I do vlogs. But yeah, that was when when I was hanging out with Orion, Victor, and also Ava when they were all preparing for their first meet and greet panel over there. And then I had to record everything. We were there. He was talking a lot about his work and also his upcoming projects as well, which I don't want to speak of, but he did reveal them. But it's still in the works. But yeah. But don't get me started with the fact that he literally threw Black Doom's little plushie on people when he chooses that person to ask a question. You remember that, Ava?
Oh, I do. Just yeeting that thing.
He yeets everybody, including me. Like, wow, this guy is a huge crazy humor. Oh my goodness. Well, anyways, so we'll move forward. So moving forward, so far I had like 3 panels that I hosted. 2 of them was hosted along with me and Kevin, and the last one was Polly B, which I'm really looking forward to talk about. So the first panel I hosted was Sonic Quest for Harmony, which is a Sonic and My Little Pony crossover by Crossbreak Studios. Basically talking about its history and along my co-hosts that weren't in the con. It's basically online. Dynamax Special and Doc. We were all hosting it together, and then we revealed some sneak peeks of the second episode, and the sneak peek of the opening and its theme song. So I gave out, and then I gave out all the free posters. I also gave it to Bentley Jones and Johnny Gioeli.
You did tell me about that.
Yes, I did tell you that about when we were hanging out. But yeah, like that was that was a great moment when I had that was my dream of hosting a very first panel relating to my own work, and it did, and it was a success. We may do more of these. So then after that, we had to all go for a karaoke. Did you all go to the karaoke that is hosted by Kit? For those who
I
were there.
worked it. I was working, but I was there.
Oh, I was there too, but unfortunately I couldn't make it to do the karaoke because there were a lot of people who wanted to get into the list. Yeah.
I heard people paid a lot of money to do karaoke with the stars.
Oh yeah.
There
I forgot
was
what the
one
highest
up in
bid.
Yeah, there was like one that was like 400 or 500.
There were like 500 people at the second panel room.
I think he means like money wise. They paid like $500.
He meant money.
Oh, and all right. Anyways, and then after the karaoke, I think the vendors were still open back then. But there wasn't anything really big on the Friday, unless there's only the rave that happened that is hosted by a DJ. I forgot, but he's also known to be a furry as well, from what I know. All right, and so when we were taking a break, me, Kevin, were going into another room where we were rooming with Moondusk, who happens to be the best Amy mascot ever. If you all remember that Amy mascot, yeah, that was Moondusk.
Same with the Whisper one too.
Yeah,
That was like so well done.
yeah. Moondusk is actually one of my really good friends. A little backstory about that Whisper cosplay, if you want me to go ahead and a little open about. So, for those of y'all who don't know, that Whisper mascot was made by a good furry that goes by Chains. Unfortunately, he doesn't have his Twitter anymore because it got hacked. It really sucks, but he does have an Instagram. I can share that with you guys. He's also known for making a Sally mascot. He helped in part with a little bit with the Amy mascot. He also made a Styx and a Blaze the Cat one. It was actually
yeah.
by myself. But, you see, originally it belonged to me. And what I did is that since Whisper is so much of a comfort character for my friend Moondusk, I felt like she was the one that deserved to own it. We kind of sort of co-owned it, but given everything, I'm just like, well, I was originally supposed to be her Tangle for the con. She sees me like a big sister. So, yeah, unfortunately, as y'all know, I wasn't able to make it. But it's okay, there will be future cons, but I more or less kind of let her, have Whisper, because Whisper is a comfort character for her. And I'm like, well, who am I to not let her, have that comfort character? She more or less kind of sees me as her Rouge in her Tangle anyway. Just gotta give y'all a little story about that, but, yeah.
Oh yeah, no. I barely know Moondusk, but yeah, but I've knew her since what is it called? I think I met her at Sonic. I'd seen her performance at Sonic Expo when she was dressing up as Amy and also Whisper. And I remembered I filmed one of the videos, but yeah, really sweet person. But yeah, really great. But here's also another issue though. We gotta be very careful. We had to also be very, very careful because we had to avoid filming or doing mascot stuff right near the casino because the security was so picky. So that was a moment where I had to like. So when I was like escorting Victor, Orion, and Ava, and Polly, so I actually ended up getting caught by the security, and I told him I don't know where to go. He was asking me my personal name. Kevin, you remembered when that happened, right?
Yeah, I definitely remember.
Yeah, like this is basically the noob mode, the new behavior of going into a broke Las Vegas place. All right, so I wish Polly is right here. You know, he could talk more about his own thing too. All right, so then when everyone was so busy, when everyone was taking a break, I had to go visit the. I had to visit the main stage where the DJ happened. So everyone was catching the attention of my Knuckles plushie.
Oh.
Yes, the cons are not fun without plushies, so might as well bring a lot of plushies to enjoy around the rave. And it was featured on the It was featured on the big screen and everything. Like I also tried out their unique cocktails, which they only have Sonic, Tails, Knuckles, and Shadow. So the only ones I drank first was Shadow, which was a bit bitter. Sonic was which everyone likes, especially. But however, I tried out Sonic because I like Blue Raspberry. Not Blue Raspberry, it's Blue Curacao. No drink is around. What's that?
Curacao.
Curacao, yeah. But so then at the late night, I was then hanging out with Chonky and the rest of the group. And especially Liz, we were all like still we were in the middle of progress of drink. We were still drinking, but then I only had the time to visit the arcade room where to play Sonic Adventure 2 for the Dreamcast, and then played Sonic Heroes a little bit. So day one was fun, but I'll say this: meeting Bentley Jones. I'm going to talk about how my reaction was when I met Bentley Jones the first time. I was being normal, even though my own head was like, oh my gosh, I'm so nervous. Kevin, like, how did you feel when you met him, when you saw Bentley Jones the first time?
Oh gosh, I haven't seen him since Summer Sonic 2008, but yeah, he's an absolute sweetheart.
Oh, wait, Summer of Sonic 2008, right?
Yeah, he performed there. I actually like tweeted at him like 2008 versus 2025. It's been a long journey, and he was like they're not the same person.
Well, yeah, like this is the first time I've ever met. When I first time met him, thankfully I had a free picture with him. But
I'm so jealous you met him at SOS. I've always wanted to go to Summer of Sonic.
So I've been living under the rock about Summer of Sonic because it's been like, because that time I was not in US. I was out of the country, and that was the time when Sonic Unleashed was a thing. All right, Liz. Liz, I know you're not speaking much, but like, I was actually wondering what is also your crazy moment that happened at the con.
There was quite a few, actually. One of the most memorable for me was definitely when, well, typical is drinking some alcohol for some goddamn reason. But I was drinking, and one of my friends that was with me, his name is Data Spell. He's not really in the group much, but we've been friends for a while. He finally got to meet Lee for the first time, but he was too shy to go up to him at first. So so I go, "Hey Lee, come over here." And I'm like, dang, that was way too bold of me. And I felt so. I apologized afterwards, of course. He didn't care. He was just chilling. And then I asked him, I was like, hey, do you remember when I met you last year at Expo? He's like, yeah, of course. You have a very memorable cosplay. I remember. I was like, oh wow, cool. So Lee does remember me. I was playing it cool though, like in the surface level, I was just like, yeah, that was me. Yeah, sure, whatever. But inside I was like, oh my god, he remembers me. How can he? What the heck? He's like,
Wait
I
a
was like
minute.
freaking out.
I think I know
I
what
was
you're
like
talking
so
about
weird.
because here's the thing: because someone was actually mistook your cosplay, and then you were actually Judd the Hawk.
Wait, who was it? Somebody said that I was like Bean or something. No, I don't know. I don't remember.
Me neither, either. But I
Honestly.
remember that moment because someone actually mistook that and mistook you as something else.
Oh yeah, I'm not surprised.
So that's all
Um,
good. But I also ended up meeting one of the Pegasisters from the from a lot of LP conventions since I haven't met her since last year's HarmonyCon. Tara Kleiss and her husband and also her kid. They were there at the con too, so I had a really great hangout with them too. I also invited her over to my Sonic Quest for Harmony panel, but she couldn't make it because she wanted to do karaoke. So I ended up giving them like so far 3 free posters. One of them got signed by Ryan Drummond because she decided she wanted to get the signed for poster by Tara Strong and Ryan Drummond so that she can donate this to the charity auction at Everfree Northwest. Not for this year, but next year. That's what she told me. But I'm flattered because this is something I wanted. But yeah, such a sweetheart. Because I know I won't be going to any coding conventions for long unless it's HarmonyCon. Anyways, great, but yeah, great person. Tara, if you're seeing this, love you. You're amazing. But alright, so on to day 2. So it all started off in the morning where me and Kevin started hosting very first Revo Tunes live. Kevin, come join me let's talk more about this.
That was such a fun panel to do together.
Oh yes. First time ever it was actually on main stage, surprisingly. I wasn't even expecting that at all. So, of course, I had to mention the introduction featuring the exit, where the emergency exit is. So it has to be done. And we only showed like 5 shows. They're only Sonic shows only. We were watching The Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog. The episode is called Boogie Mania, where the most popular meme ever, Snooping as usual, I see, was featured. Something to start off with to blow up the hype. And so, Kevin, what do you think of what is your favorite show that was shown at RevoTunes Live so far?
Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog.
The Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog is something that blows my mind up. But it also was played in the tattoo store right there. Like, a lot of Sonic cartoons were shown right there, too. And it makes me feel like, someone stole my idea. So, and then the last episode we watched was Sonic X, which then I had to feature Live and Learn because it was not shown on the Adventure 2 arc in the English dub, except for the Japanese version.
Sure. Yep, would not be complete without it.
Oh yeah, and we literally just bumped into Johnny Gioeli and told him about it, and he was so happy about it.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Oh yeah. Oh, I also forgot to mention about Johnny Gioeli when he was playing Sonic Adventure 2. He ended up breaking the game accidentally.
I think I did see like a post like that. If I'm not mistaken, I believe he was like flying through the skybox.
Yes, that's what I was talking about.
Yeah,
That's what I was thinking. Man, like even Savvy was like even asking, Johnny, what did you do?
Like, how'd you
I
do that, Johnny?
remember that, and I got a picture of it. It was
And
great.
he was like, and Johnny himself was so confused about this. Like, how? However, it was a lot better. It was a lot better in Too Many Games when he was there.
This always lives in my head rent free at the time. I'm going to bring up a little bit like a Sonic Expo 2023. I remember him saying that he never touched a video game, a Sonic video game in his life because he claims to be really bad at it. And it's funny that that quote lives in my head rent free until I saw the Sonic Adventure 2 post. I'm like, huh, never playing a game, huh?
But yeah, like
Yeah,
it's confirmed that he never played any Sonic game, because I can see why, because he prioritizes music.
Yeah.
Yeah, he didn't grow up like we did.
Yeah.
I was gonna say he probably lied so he could play up his game whenever he's like playing with other people as a joke.
Oh, maybe.
He can't handle my ultimate power.
Oh yeah. So now, back to what I was saying about day 2. Yeah, we were then walking back into our room. We were just doing some refreshing, probably getting back to work and take more pictures. I hung out with Tara Clash a bit, and then introduced Tara Dictor. And we were talking and when we were then talking about the history with Nihime and BabsCon, and you know what Tara was like, "We don't talk about BabsCon."
oh my gosh, I'm sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was great. She was not wrong about that, honestly, because I also want to say, because for those who don't know about what's happening at BabsCon, which was the last one that happened this year, the concert host Pinkaboo got fired by the con chairs for no reason. Maybe it's because, I don't know why, maybe it's because of budget, but still, that then became a drama that happened with a lot of musicians. So Pinkaboo had to host Nihime after BabsCon to host all their music. They also featuring people like Chi-Chi, and we also have Prince Whatever and Koa and basically Pony Tonic, I think. Ponyphonic. He's the one that sang Lullaby of the Princess, I think. They were there. So pretty much that. So we were done. So back to what I was saying about Neon Summit. All we did was just like hanging out with the guests. And I'll tell you one thing that David Humphrey just freaking broke me over one thing.
What did he do?
When we were talking about I Love Latinas, when he said that at Sonic Expo last year, I'm not gonna say it right over here. Because I'm gonna try to make it like PG-13, but I'll just say it like, a chicken.
Oh,
There's another term named chicken, and David Humphrey was like, "I love beep." He made me put my face into the floor.
Oh my god.
Like, seriously, instead in a Shadows impression, and I'm like, what? Oh my goodness.
Cheese and the Quakers.
Wait, I hope I heard you correctly. You said that David Humphrey stomped on you and you were on the floor and he said something in Shadow's voice. Is that what you said?
He literally used the Shadows impression to say "I love beep," and then I I lost my mind, and that made me go to put my face into the floor.
Oh, okay. Okay, that's what I heard. Okay.
My goodness.
I heard something completely different. I was like, oh my god. What's going on at Sonic Expo? I'm just kidding.
Do you know who I wish? Do you know who I wish should be the guests of honor?
Who's that?
The cast of La Ultima Pasión.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm falling in love with another. With whom, Gabriela? My twin brother Pablo?
Buenos días, hermano.
Yeah!
I love the line, Gabriella should kill them both.
Me too.
My favorite line of all time, I'll just say this, is this. La Ultima Pasión can only belong to one. No. It can only belong to one.
Oh my god.
Literally my favorite scenes of the movie, honestly.
Same here.
Same.
That was the best scene ever. I was like, first of all, when I saw the movie, we saw the movie, I saw the movie with some, I was like confused. What was that? Until it was basically the I Love Latinas reference.
Beautiful.
Wow.
I even saw like a meme
Speaking
representing what
of-
you guys are describing.
Speaking of movies, I like to say Lee Majdo, the actor of Agent Stone. He made his appearance at Neon Summit. So this week, the best moment that was recognizable is when he keep pushing me to get into the white line at the concert. Otherwise, he will get fired by the doctor. He kept doing that to me a lot because he was literally announcing that on the stage before the concert happened. I hope you all remember that.
Oh, I did. I was right there the whole time.
Wow. But yeah, so on with the concert. So that happened, but the line was really, really huge, so I had to stand around at the end of the line to make sure there is the end of the line. And what else? We had to slowly push we have to make sure we have to get everybody to get through because, we are all told, but oh, I got a subscription, and who was that? Well, let me put that into the top. Yeah, I got a subscription from somebody, and you noticed the
Oh.
sound.
I
What is
looked
it?
back. I looked back and I see like your little characters just like
That was-
shaking.
Oh yeah, that was my cat. That's basically my catchphrase saying energy.
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 But yeah, so when the concert happened, there were some technical issues during Bentley Jones's performance, so we then ended up watching the sprite animations on the big screen. Because according to what Bentley said, the technician says they don't have his song. So they had to look for the song. That's why that was basically the quote-unquote technical difficulties. For those who have not even seen his Instagram story after the con ended. So yeah.
So wait, they had all this time preparing, and then all of a sudden, like, the song's not there.
Yeah. And the best part, though, was actually when Pete Capella and Bentley Jones were singing a duet song together from a movie that I forgot.
Oh, I remember that. I thought that was really neat.
Oh, it was.
Me too.
Because
I
Pete was like, hey, wait, what? You forgot about me, huh? Maybe he was doing the impression for Silver, and he was because he was making a role saying, you forgot about that one specific song that everyone loves. So what happens is, and then as an apology that Bentley had to perform this romantic song with him. Anyways, so the song ended up during the concert, Bentley also premiered the theme, one of the songs called "Absolution," when he mentioned about learning how to make 3D models with Blender. What do y'all thought about his OC, Oscar the Hedgehog?
That took me by
Nothing.
surprise. I will say that.
Same.
I'm gonna be real, cause his performance, I kind of acted like a K-pop fangirl.
Me too. His performance was like, I feel rejuvenated after that performance. It was just good vibes all around. Specifically the part where he's singing with Peep Capella and they were hugging. That part really made me cry, mostly because it kind of felt like, and I'm a person that like goes based off of vibes, by the way. Like I could feel the vibes in the room, and like whenever that was happening, there was like some sort of healing vibe that I got from it, and it like really just brought me to tears. It genuinely felt like, well, it was a really great concert. Like the vibes were amazing.
Oh yeah, I'll just say like when I saw Absolution's video on the make stage, I was almost crying like a little girl.
I don't blame you one bit.
I never thought, and literally it was filmed, so I'm feeling like I've humiliated myself. Alright, so now on to the Johnny Gioeli's concert. We then, it was, I would say, it's tough to say which is best because both of them were amazing. So Ben, one of his managers, just made a special presentation to bring about Johnny Gioeli, and then there he was then we sang all the songs that we all know. Surprisingly, Sonic SanAM's Team Season version, he performed it, and I was hyped up for really big. I know why, because Team Season was one of the sponsors for the con.
Oh, I tweeted that at them, and like they just got a big kick out of that.
Oh, it was, and literally the animations were shown on the big stage. So curious, what was your favorite song from Johnny Gioeli for those who have went to the con that he performed?
I love all of them.
They're all good.
It's tough to think of the best one, but I would say What I'm Made Of, because that's my favorite final boss theme.
I wish that he would play like I wish they would play more Sonic Riders music. It kind of makes me sad that the only song that they ever, like that Crush 40 plays is free, which I mean is understandable. They have a version with free, but like I wish they would play Sonic Riders music. It would be really nice.
Oh, that would be cool.
Right, but the thing is, like, I think that he's saying free in Sonic Expo 2023. And he was supposed to be coming last year, but he signed a contract for another concert for Hardline. But yeah, and so after the concert ended, so we had to stay all day. So we all had to stay on the main stage for the autograph line. So stood up all night until I almost felt like I fainted.
I stayed till about midnight, like helping the man at the line, and then I just had to go up, get to bed.
Oh yeah. But then I gave the idea to Savvy because the Sunday was the Father's Day, so we gave the idea to say Happy Father's Day to Johnny Gioeli, and guess what? Ben just call everyone Happy Father's Day to him, and he felt very emotional. So yeah, I really hope he comes. I'm really looking forward to seeing him again this year. So what do y'all do on Saturday? I'd just like to know.
Saturday, for the most part I worked. And then after that, went to the concert. After the concert, I believe I don't remember exactly what we did, but I know for sure we kind of like went up to went up to the room and we started talking for a good while about the concert and then a couple of other things since I was with Chonky Pancake and Ranch Soda and Way Past Ordinary, as well as Lux.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. All right. So what about you, Kevin? How was your Saturday?
Yeah, it was good. I mean, outside of the volunteer, excuse me, the volunteer shift and the panel that we did, got to just just network with a bunch of people at the vendors hall. I also got one of those chip plush for a friend of mine, and she eventually got it, so she was very happy about that too.
All right. And what about you, Ava? What did you do on that day?
Oh gosh, what did I do? I was mostly kind of going around between a lot of different panels and checking out stuff, really. And also I was bothering Victor a whole bunch.
Well, as of right now, oh yeah, go on. You were saying something?
Oh, yeah, and I was also pestering Salty. And I managed to get some work done from a comic book, so making progress on that.
All right. So without further ado, I guess we'll be talking about Sunday morning. Kevin, are you ready for this?
Oh yeah,
Oh my goodness, I am so nervous to talk about it now. Yes, the third panel. Are you all ready to talk about how Sonic ran a school?
and how you were so broken by it.
Yes.
So, first of all, it was just only me and Kevin at first because Polly B had to go because he was one of the co-hosts too. But here's the thing: it was the same time during the VIP brunch. So Polly had to go to the VIP brunch because he was also a VIP member. What happened? So we all started. I had to play the game myself. I'm gonna say it again. I'm Sonic. Click on me for help.
I will never get over that voice.
Oh, I know. That voice was... For some reason, that voice was similar to a voice actor who did Little Bear. Have y'all remembered Little
Yeah,
Bear?
yeah, I do. I don't know what's worse, that voice or the rabbit sound that one. Hoo-hoo!
Oh, no, don't get me started with that freaking rabbit. Oh, my God. That rabbit. The
Oh my
most
goodness.
ugliest character I ever seen. I've played as mostly was what I didn't play as was the monkey. The monkey was so ugly, especially like even worse than that Donkey Kong cartoon we have seen that if you know what I'm talking about. So and the hippopotamus was also crazy, but like the game was basically about solving look for the answers and put them into the board, and all you get is that and my favorite also the best part of the game was showing the recycle. When you recycle, you know what Sonic was like, you recycle, that's great. How
And let's
cheesy
not
that was.
forget about the various voices when you went on the field trip. Some of them were just like an amazing bad.
Oh man, don't get me started because the field trip part was, oh my gosh. You don't get me started with the field trip part because the voice acting of every narration was immensely disgusting. Especially with the part my favorite part at least of the field trip was the alligator part. I'm a gator.
I had that game as a kid. I owned it. But for some reason, it was just some weird fever dream. Like, y'all are recalling all this stuff. Like, I don't remember any of this.
Oh,
And I
Krysalyne,
had
is it okay if you we can't hear you properly because I don't know if is there a problem with your mic?
How about now?
Sure.
Okay, sorry about that. What I was saying is that I owned that game as a kid, and I don't remember any of it, like, at all. It feels like it was just, like, some fever dream. But y'all recalling everything from the game, it's like, oh yeah, it happened, didn't it? But yeah, no, it's just interesting. That game is something else.
Oh yeah, but yeah, that game is basically the starting before Baldi's Basics. So we're just gonna start with the Sonic version and just try that. I regret that this is what my dad used to give that to me when I was little. And fun fact, this is also fun fact. This game is developed by Orion Interactive, and I told that to Orion about that, and he laughed so hard. But yeah, when Polly showed up at the panel, he was streaming it on Twitch. Do you know how many times I had to break myself and breaking myself by hitting myself into the wall after seeing a lot of field trips?
Many times. I think there was one point where you were like dead on the floor, like you were just broken.
Yeah, and I'll just say this because. And the way Sonic just says the names of the objects sounds so wrong. Especially, for example, when choosing answer of the little boy. Do you know how he says it? Boy.
Oh yeah.
Boy. Oh my gosh. And that's basically and let's talk about Dr. Eggman, aka Dr. Robotnik. He's there, but you cannot defeat him. The only thing you need to do is to stay away from him, because all he does is has that mouth that eats your answers. And if you have the answer with you, he steals your answer, and Sonic was like, Dr. Robotnik stole your answer.
Hey Goken, real quick.
No.
I do. Oh, jeez. Okay, never mind. I'm just kidding. I do have something to do afterwards and get ready for bed because unfortunately I'm an adult who is employed, so I will have to leave in about a few minutes.
Oh, that's fine, but at least thank you for hanging around with us. You know,
Yeah.
it was a great night.
Actually, I need to get going because I gotta be up early tomorrow.
That's
for
fine.
An appointment. Okay, I mean this was fun. And yeah, so the Sonic Expo, Sonic was a blast. I can't wait for Sonic Expo.
I cannot wait for Sonic Expo too. I'm excited.
Same here.
So do you want to call this a night, everybody, right here?
Yeah, I think that works.
I believe so.
Yeah, we can continue on with the last of the few. We can continue on with discussing about. We haven't even wrapped up the whole thing, so we can just continue on with it the next day. If that's okay with you guys.
That's fine.
I'm okay with that.
That should work.
Because Liz,
Sounds
we got to talk about what happened, what we all did on the Monday as well. We had a great time.
We
that time.
should. That was honestly probably one of the best times at the con, and it wasn't even at the con for me.
Oh yeah, because we need to talk about because we have to cover up Sunday because that was also the best one too. Anyways, that wraps up the whole podcast, the very first podcast in YouTube for Post Sonic Haunt Me on Summit podcast. We're gonna continue on the next day, like around 2 weeks later. So
That works.
So yeah. This is Goken-San, the host of this very first podcast. I hope you all really have a great night. And
Yep.
Have a
stay
good night.
hydrated.
Thank
Stay
you.
hydrated.
Bye.
Bye.
Night, everyone.
Bye.